Picture this. You've just landed a chunk of money you weren't spending on rent or groceries. A $10,000 bonus, a fat tax refund, maybe a small inheritance. You already know you should invest it. But now you're stuck on a different question, and it's the one that keeps people frozen for months. Do you put it all in right now, in one go? Or do you spread it out, a little this month, a little next month, so you don't accidentally dump everything in the day before some crash? Spreading it out just feels safer, doesn't it? Slower, calmer, more careful. And here's the twist that catches almost everyone off guard. The answer the math actually gives you is the opposite of what feels safe. Most of the time, the careful choice quietly costs you money. So today we're going to settle this. We'll define the two strategies in plain English, show you which one usually wins and exactly why, and just as important, when the losing strategy is still the right call for you. By the end, you'll know precisely what to do with that lump of cash. No guessing and no second guessing. Let's get the two players on the table because the names sound fancier than the ideas. The first is the lump sum. That just means you take all your money and invest it at once. $10,000 in your account today, $10,000 working for you by this afternoon. One decision, done. The second is dollar cost averaging, DCA for short. That means you take the same pile of money and split it into equal chunks, then invest those chunks on a schedule over time. So instead of $10,000 all at once, you might put in $2,000 a month for 5 months. Same total amount, just fed in gradually. That's the whole distinction. Lump sum is all in now. DCA is in pieces over time. Notice we're not talking about whether to invest. In both cases, the money ends up fully invested. We're only talking about timing, fast or spread out. Keep that framing because it's the trap. This isn't a fight between investing and not investing. It's a fight between getting your money to work sooner versus later. And as you're about to see, sooner has a quiet, powerful edge. So why does lump sum usually come out ahead? It comes down to one stubborn fact about markets. Over the long run, they go up more often than they go down. Think about what that means. Every day your money is sitting on the sidelines waiting for its turn to be invested. It's missing out on the market's natural upward drift. When you lump sum, every dollar starts compounding on day one. When you dollar cost average, a big slice of your money is just waiting around in cash for weeks or months, and waiting on average means missing gains. That's why the historical record is so lopsided. In studies looking back, across decades of market data, investing a lump sum all at once beats spreading it out roughly 2/3 of the time, 2 out of 3. That's not a coin flip. That's a clear, repeatable edge. And the reason is almost boringly simple. It's not about being a genius or predicting anything. It's just time in the market. More days invested means more days compounding. The lump sum buys you more of those days, right from the start. Think of it like planting a tree. The best time to plant it was always as early as possible, because the sooner it's in the ground, the longer it has to grow. Dollar cost averaging is like planting a little bit of the tree each month. Perfectly fine, but on average you're starting later, so you get a little less tree by the end. The gap isn't dramatic in any single year, but compounded over a long horizon, those early days quietly add up. Now hold on, if lump sum wins 2/3 of the time, why does dollar cost averaging exist at all? Because the math and the human aren't the same thing. Here's the uncomfortable scenario DCA is built for. You invest your entire $10,000 on Monday. By Friday, the market drops 10%. On paper, you've lost $1,000 in a week, and that sick feeling is enough to make some people swear off investing forever. Or worse, panic sell at the bottom and lock the loss in for real. Dollar cost averaging is insurance against exactly that regret. By feeding the money in gradually, you're never all in right before a dip. If the market falls after your first chunk, you've still got cash to buy in cheaper. The worst-case timing stings a lot less, and the smoother ride keeps you from doing something dumb under stress. So be honest about what DCA actually buys you. It is not a strategy to make more money. Remember, on average, it makes a little less. It's a strategy to feel steadier and stay in the game. And a calm investor who sticks with the plan beats a brilliant one who bails. Sometimes the best return is the one you don't sabotage. Here's the factor almost nobody talks about, and it's the one that actually does the damage. While you're busy agonizing over lump sum versus DCA, there's a third option lurking, and it's the worst of them all: doing nothing. Sitting in cash, waiting for the right moment. It feels responsible. You'll invest once things calm down, or after the next dip, or when it's clearer. But that moment never announces itself, and the markets don't wait for you. While your money sits in cash, it isn't just standing still. Inflation is quietly eating its buying power, and every day the market climbs is a gain you simply don't get. Look at the two strategies we've been comparing. Lump sum and DCA are arguing over a couple of percentage points, and yes, lump sum usually wins. But that whole debate is tiny next to the cost of sitting on the sidelines. Cash stays flat while both invested strategies climb away from it, year after year. So here's the reframe that matters most. The real contest was never lump sum versus DCA. It's invested versus not invested. Both of our strategies are winners compared to the most popular choice of all, which is paralysis. Time out of the market is the single most expensive mistake here. And notice the cruel irony. The whole reason people sit in cash is fear. Fear of investing at the wrong time. But sitting in cash is investing at the wrong time, every single day, guaranteed. You've taken the one risk you were trying to avoid and made it certain. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. The dangerous move isn't picking lump sum or DCA. The dangerous move is waiting. All right, enough theory. What should you actually do? It comes down to honest self-knowledge, and there are three clean paths. Path 1. You've got a lump sum, and you can genuinely stomach the risk. You understand the market might dip next week, and you know you won't panic and sell. Then the answer is the one the data points to. Invest it now, all at once, and let time go to work. You're playing the 2/3 odds, and over a long horizon. That's the smart bet. Path 2. That stomach it part made you wince. The thought of going all in and then watching it drop keeps you up at night. That's completely fine, and it's exactly when DCA earns its keep. Spread the money in over a few months, say 3 to 6. You'll probably give up a little return, but you'll buy yourself the peace of mind to actually stay invested, which is worth far more. Path 3, and this is most of us. You're investing a slice of every paycheck into your 401k or your IRA. Here's the good news. You're already dollar cost averaging automatically, and you don't have to think about it. The whole debate is mostly about that occasional windfall, not your steady monthly habit. So let's bring it all home. Lump sum, investing it all at once, wins about 2/3 of the time, for one simple reason: time in the market. Sooner beats later because markets rise more often than they fall. Dollar cost averaging, spreading the money in over time, is not a way to earn more. It's an emotional hedge. It trades a bit of expected return for a smoother ride and protection against worst-case timing regret. That's a perfectly good trade if it keeps you invested. But the biggest lesson is the one hiding underneath both. Sitting in cash, waiting for the perfect moment, is the real loss. The choice that feels safest is the one that quietly costs you the most. So choose by temperament. Can stomach it, lump sum, nervous, DCA over a few months. And if you're investing every paycheck, relax. You're already doing it right. If this cleared up a question that's been quietly nagging at you, do me a favor and hit subscribe. This whole channel is the money stuff nobody bothered to explain plainly. And if all this talk of lump sums and paychecks has you thinking it's finally time to actually get started, watch this next. How to start investing. A dead simple guide for total beginners. It's the perfect first step. I'll see you there.